Alright, it's going. We have 20 minutes.
Oh, yeah, gotta keep track.
Yes. Alright. Hi, guys.
Hi, everyone. Welcome
this
to
is episode 4
of
Hold That Thought. That was so synchronized.
I
We're
know.
literally like podcast hosts now. But it's been a while. We've had a little delay in like our whole filming schedule because
Our
school-
schedules cannot align
I
for
know.
the life of us, actually.
And Sharanya here joined like money making America, and
I
she has a job.
I do have a job now. I work
Yeah.
at PacSun, so feel free to come and say hi to me.
You know, I
saying.
was literally gonna walk in the store, but there's way too many people. I
There's
don't think you were
always way
working
too
that
many
day.
people.
No.
I
Yeah.
saw Eva though. Shout out to Eva.
Yeah,
if she's
I was told me
watching.
she saw you.
Yeah, it was my first day. She was like my second customer.
Oh.
But
that would have been a surprise.
it was really fun. But yeah, so we've had a couple schedule problems because for the life of us we can't fix it.
Too, like school started like a week ago. This was the start of the second week.
Yeah.
And oh my god,
It's
I don't have
already-
any classes with any of my friends, so
Yeah, me neither, honestly.
yeah. Honestly, I'm kind of sad about that, but
It's okay.
I try to meet them in the hallways or at lunch. I have early
Yeah.
release this year
Me
because
too.
one of
I
my
think it's
classes
good.
was like a mistake, like because I thought it was a fine arts class. Like
Uh-huh.
at our school, right? There's the regular orchestra band,
The
regular
regular
fine arts, and then there's like the obscure floral design,
Intro to
interior
culinary.
design. I chose intro to class. I was like, I like to cook, and it's probably gonna be like at the end of the day, so like, why not do that as my art credit? And then I like looked at my schedule, and it wasn't an art credit, guys.
Oh.
So I had to contact my counselor, and she was like, "Oh, you can do your art credit next year. I can't make that change now," because I asked her for AP Art History first. And then I was like, "Okay, can you at least give me early release? Because I don't want to be in a class. It's like if you
Like,
saw
it's
the
not
roster,
beneficial.
if you saw the roster for that class, I did not want to be in that class.
What
but
period?
4B.
Ah.
Yeah, I didn't want to end my day like that, you know.
At
So
least your counselor listened
yeah.
to you. My
She was
counselor
like, as
screwed
long as
me
your
over.
parents are okay with it, and I was like,
Yes, like trust. They'd probably
yes,
be okay with
like,
it.
oh my god, I'm so happy.
No, my
And now,
counselor like screwed me over.
what'd she do?
She kicked me out of Stuco. She gave me third period dual credit instead of 0 hour, so I can't get off of school at like 12:10 now. And then she was gonna put me into either BIM or Intro to Esports.
You're
And-
joking.
And I was like, and it's all because she put me in the wrong dual credit class. And I was like, y'all, I was really clear that I wanted 0 hour because then I could do everything I dreamt of doing.
Yeah,
She's like, womp womp.
that's so
Messed
crazy.
it up, I guess, and they're not.
I
willing
hate
to
when
fix it.
counselors like don't, like they just.
So now I'm doing advertising and sports entertainment marketing as my filler class because I didn't have enough classes.
Oh my god.
It's okay. Like I'm getting used to this. I mean, I guess it's good that because I have third period dual
Yeah.
credit and dual credit hasn't started yet, I still can get off of
Yeah,
school at
that's
like
true.
12:45.
Mhm.
So it's not like
I know like a
too
lot of
bad.
friends like they just have like 2 periods. Like they just come in for the morning and then they leave.
That's literally me.
Yeah, I mean honestly like today was an early release day, right? And I felt
Yeah.
like so good. Also, it's so hot outside. Like what the heck?
It's a lot hotter in August
Like,
than it is in
I
actual summer.
I was about to faint. Like I was walking from the front of the school to like the car park. I was about to faint when I got in the car. It was so hot. It's like 105 or
Burning.
something now, and like I'm so tired too. Like I woke up from
Yeah.
a nap and everything. Yeah,
The heat
So,
outside is making me a little
I
tired.
just can't. Okay, we spent like 5 minutes
Just
around. Okay.
talking about school.
So today's episode is about women. Surprise, surprise.
Oh no.
But more specifically, we're gonna be talking about the Olympics because, oh my god,
A lot happened
Like,
at the Olympics.
it was so eventful this year. You saw like the American like gymnastics team, like they were doing
They're preparing their little TikToks
Yeah,
and stuff.
I saw like the behind the scenes of it. I saw the actual TikToks, and I was like,
Because I would marry Sunisa Lee if I could.
she's so pretty.
She's
She's so
so
perfect.
cool.
And they're all amazing, and they do so well every single time, and it's
You know
just
what I
crazy.
kept thinking of? The youngest girl's name is like Hesley or something like that, right? On the gymnastics team. It's
I
like
don't know for
Hesley
sure.
Rivera or something
Maybe.
like that.
Yeah.
But all I could think about is like she gets to go back to high school
being like
an Olympic
like that's
gold,
crazy.
like, medalist.
I know. Like I was like all my Olympic stuff. Like obviously, they're posted on social media. I don't have TikTok. I use Instagram though, and like I'm just seeing these crazy things, and I'll click on like a profile for someone, and it's so like casually just in their bio like 3-time Olympics gold winner.
It's like, oh, just casually.
Like, hello.
You know what I saw yesterday? Or this morning. It's this one swimmer. She I don't know where she's from in the U.S., but she's a senior. Like now, she's a senior in high school now. She's my age, and she posted her senior pictures on her Insta, and it's just like the regular traditional cute senior pictures with the white dress and a like field of flowers, and then she has a fat gold Olympic medal on her neck, and it's like,
I'm so jealous.
And I'm
honestly
just like,
they've worked so hard
so
for it.
cool.
Like you see the work that goes into them. Like how do they do that as high schoolers?
At high school,
That's crazy.
Like all
like,
I can think about is let me see the college recommendation letters right now. Like let me see.
I swear, like, probably one of the Olympics officials was like, she's pretty good, guys. Like I don't know if you saw
I want
to
see what offers these people are getting.
No, it's crazy.
But like, you know,
I don't know. Like this summer was just.
It was a lot.
It was like
I actually didn't watch the Olympics as much as I thought
I would. I thought it was gonna be like a full thing because everyone was hyping it up, and I was like, okay, I don't have much to do. Like,
but I just never got around to watching it. I learned everything from the internet.
Literally, me too. Like everything was just scroll, and then you see all the news, and you see all these. You saw the cute moment between the long jump.
What's her name? It's like Tara or Tara, however you pronounce it. David, something like that.
They're so cute. Oh my god! I literally like.
I keep seeing the
because
TikTok
he literally like he jumps, he lands, and then instead of just like falling, he like gets up and just starts running. Like I don't even know how to like.
They're both really cute together. So cute. But see, that's why I feel like that's the best part about this Olympic year round is like everything seemed so Gen Z coded for some reason. Like there were
I think it's because there's so many young athletes. There's so many young women.
There were a lot of young athletes.
Like it's crazy.
But like we can talk about some like really important and cool strong moments we saw within some of the
in fact, shout out to our information like our behind the scenes person and our main lead researcher Sahasra. She did amazing. She went Insta surfing. She went like actual resource surfing that we didn't do, and she came up with like these really cool statistics. Our laptop is here for a reason.
But like,
and let's start with the fact that like there's one statistic that says that women earned like 53% of the gold medals. No, just all of the medals. Women earned 53% of the medals for Team USA. So that's 67 out of 126. That is insane.
That seems a little history making.
Girl power.
Honestly. But like I didn't even know this, but there's this like an Egyptian fencer. I don't remember what her name is. It's Nada something, and she competed. And she was 7 months pregnant while she competed in the fencing event.
2 months before you're like
giving birth.
You will literally like show. That's insane. Like,
and I'm just thinking about how like actually I don't really know how fencing works.
All right, so
it's like a real.
I watched a TV show like where the main like character was like a fencing. Like if the audience knows what I'm talking about, they'll know. But like basically like you're holding like a big thing, like a sword kind of like a and you're like, it's a French sport. I don't know if that like helps, but you kind of just try to get to the other person's vest, I think. And like I think it's like kind of hooked up to a full system, so each strike or like each like hit is kind of like marked. It's marked as a point system, and it's so cool. Like honestly, like this one show I was watching, like it was insane. Like you can see how tension filled it is because it's so quiet, and then they just like say
squeaking.
The squeaking. It's
is it
crazy.
Like is it an actual sort of like pointy, or is there something on the end of it that's
no, it's like a so it's like a long thing and then like a little like a sphere. It's not like an actual sword, but it's insane. Like that's what like when I read this like research, I was like, how do you do that? Like how do you like fencing is one of the hardest sports to like do when
And you're
any
pregnant.
sport is hard to do when you're pregnant. But like, I don't know. And then apparently she placed 16th in her event. Like,
wow. And the whole world?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. But it was insane. Like, honestly, like,
I can't do
that
that.
strength is just crazy.
Pregnancy.
And like, I remember,
alone.
like, even if there's like one like sore muscle, like I remember when I used to play basketball, like if there's one sore muscle, I'd be like, oh, dang it,
Not my day today.
my day today, guys. I guess I'll like, skip practice, like whatever. But these people just like they push so much.
Because there's another girl who, I think she's a wrestler for the, let's see, doesn't really say. Oh yeah, an Indian weightlifter. So apparently she had placed silver in the Tokyo Olympics.
Oh, back in 2020?
Yeah, back in 2020. And she's, I think during her time of like competing in this event, she was on the 3rd day of her period and she finished 4th entirely. Like,
that is crazy.
for me,
that's actually one of the worst days.
Like, I use that as an excuse
yeah.
for everything. Like, if we're thinking about whether, like, if I'm thinking about whether I could do that or not, no. Because, like, during PE in, like, middle school, I'd use that as an excuse to get out of PE.
Like, sorry.
So how are these people competing in worldwide
you also, like,
sports?
You have to be really passionate about something to push that much. Like, if you really want to get there, like, that determination is just crazy.
I don't
like,
think
I'm
I
just
have
trying to
that
wrap my
passion
mind
for
around it.
sport.
But these are, like, crazy. And I think one of the biggest things that we also saw, and we were talking about, like, how the couple, like, they kind of, like, did that little cute moment. But support, like, the support that people were giving, like, their family member. Like, for example, there were a lot of, like, cute clips of parents, siblings, and everything. Like, they were literally hyping up all of the, like, all the people in the
I know,
Olympics.
I love watching, like, reaction
so
videos
cute.
to the families.
Yeah. Like, guys, like, go Insta surfing. Like, we'll allow it for you. We'll give you, like, 20 minutes to go Insta surfing and just look at how cute they were. Like,
you know what? Oh my god! You know what I saw on TikTok the other day? It was like, I don't remember if it was an Australian or a British like runner, and I think she was doing. I don't remember what the event was, but it was at least like 6 laps around a track or something. I think so. And she had an injury or something, but she didn't want to just not finish it. Like I think she like she either broke or like tore something.
Oh my god, yes.
And
I
she
remember
like
this.
completely, and she just didn't want to not finish the whole race. So she placed last, but she like struggled to finish it.
Yeah.
She still finished it, and like I saw the video of like everybody in the stadium like standing up and clapping for her to help her get the motivation to finish the race.
I don't know her name, but I swear I've seen this video.
You definitely have.
And it was crazy. Like,
everyone's like cheering for her.
I think it's passion and like that strength, that like
unity. Even from people that like don't support the country or they don't cheer for the country, it's for the person.
Exactly. And I think people just realize like after you just sit there and you realize like how hard it must be to be that person.
Yeah.
You know, and like how much they're like putting into this, how much they deserve to be appreciated, how much like how well they're doing. Yeah. It's crazy. And I'm gonna pull up some more research, but on like a little bit of a sad note, there were a couple of like unfair, they weren't I guess unfair, but they were disappointing calls, right? I know that there was one, I don't know what event it was, but she had her medal and she was stripped of it like after celebrating. It was so sad because like I saw that video and she was just like smiling.
Oh,
she was
for
so
Jordan?
happy. Yeah.
Jordan
Childs?
It's either Charles or Chiles, something like that. But
and I think she was a really young girl too. I don't know if maybe I'm confusing it with a different athlete, but
she's competed before,
like
at least 2-3 times.
Yeah, but I was like, I felt so bad because you should have seen the smile. Like she was so happy, and then like you could see that the commentary was like, "Oh wait, what's happening?"
I know she tried to.
took it away.
I think she even managed to appeal, like, for it. No, like, tried to.
I think so.
Fight for it, and I think it went her way, but she still got stripped of the medal.
I was like, because that would have been, like, imagine in that position, like, that's such a big battle. Like, you fight your way, successful, like, you win that fight, and then they say, oh, wait, actually, you didn't win the fight. Because she was fighting for herself. Point, she knew that she did so well.
At that point, I feel like if you already gave her the medal, there's no point in taking it back. Like, if anything, fine. Let her keep it and give another one to someone else.
Exactly.
Like, that's disappointing.
And it was a bronze. Like, I don't know why that would have had to, like, cause...
So
like, why they would have had to close... Yeah, exactly. I don't know. And then there was another... this
really
one I know
sad
a little
instance.
bit. Yeah. Her name was Vinesh Phogat, I think. And so she's from India. And this story, like, I literally watched a YouTube video with my parents about it because it was, like, so crazy. And I watched this video the day before this, like, actually, like, happened. Basically, she was a wrestler. And she's the niece of another really famous coach. So she ended up going on, like, in the Olympics, she ended up going on to defeat someone who's literally, like, has never been defeated in their entire career. Like, from start to finish. And I think it was a Japanese wrestler. I don't know her name, but it was crazy. Like, you should have seen just, like, how proud she was. And then I think the next day, I, like, read the news, and it was like, she was disqualified. And I was like, for what reason? Was it, like, an unfair call? And apparently it was her weight. And I, like, this kind of
like
always...
100 grams or something,
yeah,
like, over the
And you should have seen, because, like, these people, they do crazy things. They stop eating. They cut their hair. Like, some people that actually want to, like, grow their hair out and stuff, like, you have to, like, understand the sacrifices that they're making for these kinds of things. And it was just so, like, I felt so bad that like, this journey kind of got cut short, right? And I don't think she should have gotten that silver, but I don't think she did.
But I don't know if I'm confusing her with someone else, but I saw something about how, like, she may be, like, retiring from wrestling after this happened because she wants to, like, she's both, like, upset with it, obviously. I saw an Insta post about this, so don't rely on me.
Don't really, yeah.
But, like, something about how, like, she was so upset with what was happening, and she also wants to focus on, like, the injustices against, like, Indian female wrestlers. So she wanted, I guess, more like an advocating way. Yeah, like, in this specific part of the research, it says that in 2023 she was part of the 23 Indian wrestlers protest against the then president of the Indian Wrestling Federation,
and he was
accused of sexual harassment by several female wrestlers. So I guess she's probably taking a more advocating route towards things, which good for her, but it sucks that she has to retire because of that.
And I don't know if it's her. We'll definitely do our research, and you guys should too, but I think it's like that's definitely a big decision on her part, because I know that these people don't want to necessarily give this up, but if she's doing this especially to advocate for, like, a different cause,
because she probably knows that
really
it's
admirable.
Like, she probably knows it's not going to change unless something happens. But I mean,
it's just
good for her, I guess.
Crazy. But we're so proud. Like, honestly, like, I still feel really happy that she was able to do something that good. There's so many people, and I completely agree with them. Like, she might have been disqualified from, like, the Olympics, but she's still, like, a winner. She's still done so much to, like, I guess, make history, right? She's like, I would still consider her, like, a winner. Like, she's done amazing. She can still consider
herself an Olympian. It doesn't have to be medalist. She's still an Olympian.
Like, that's applause to her, honestly. I admire that. I'm gonna grab some more information that we can talk about.
We're cutting.
And I think what we'll do is we will take a little break. We'll get our information kind of sorted out, because we have a lot of statistics and specific people that we want to kind of talk about, and then we'll get back to you guys in the next segment. So, bye.
Okay, Okay, guys, we're back from our little break. Recouped there for a sec.
Yeah. I hope you got your snacks. But now we're going to be continuing about the stories that have been going on. So one of our biggest, like the things that we've been wanting to talk about, at least since this is a women's podcast, is how commonplace it's become for women to feel
Threatened, in danger.
wronged, and how it's now, like, at this point it's kind of like natural to, you know, be wary of everyone around you, right? All the men. And again, the reason we're saying this is because, especially like the Olympics, like, we've seen
Women have
so
to be worried
many,
about
like,
feeling like they're not a woman, because like
it's just crazy. Like, it's obviously about the physical, like, assaults that have happened, but one thing that's very common, or like not common, but very we've seen it happen a lot, especially this year, is this concept called transvestigating. It's where basically, I guess, they doubt a woman's
gender
strength.
because of
Because
like,
of their strength,
because
I
of their
guess.
strength, even the way that they may look. Like, I know some people, especially like girls and guys, some people have more feminine features than others. Some people have more like masculine features than others. Like, I know, like, my brother, for instance, has a really small, petite type nose. It runs in the family. Like, it's like a little dot. Okay, like, it's cute and dainty like a little girl. But I mean, like, that doesn't mean he's a girl.
Yeah.
Like, just because he has a feminine feature, it doesn't mean that he's any less of a dude. And it's like, there's been an instance that we were looking at where, like, for instance,
there was a I think it was a boxer. Her name was Iman or Iman Khalif, and she's a cis woman. She's not, like, I don't know if natural is the right word, like, but she was female at birth. And
she won gold.
Yeah, she won gold, by the way. Like,
and she faced so much backlash for it. And same with U.S. Olympic swimmer Katie. I think her name's like, it's either Ledecky, however you pronounce her last name. And she also won gold in her event, and she's also being slandered.
And then there's also a rugby, or hockey.
Yeah, a rugby player.
Her name is Leona, if I'm not wrong. Leona Maher. Like, I think a lot of you guys have probably seen her, like, on social media. Like,
she's really cute on TikTok.
She's so pretty, and she's amazing. She's very down to earth, at least.
She talks about this stuff a lot, though.
And she's acknowledged it, too. She did amazing. I don't know what medal she won, but all of these people have been the subject of transvestigation, or investigation into, like, whether they're trans or not. Obviously, because these people think that, oh, if we can get an investigation to say something, they can get disqualified.
Get their medal stripped from them and stuff.
Like, first of all, why would you want a medal stripped from someone? And second,
is it like you're getting the medal?
Exactly.
Like,
and also, what is the probable cause? Like, so what if someone is so strong? Too bad it's not you, I guess. Like, I don't know how to...
Like, people accuse others of, like, I know using, because, like, Leona, or however you say her first name, she was accused of using steroids, for instance. Like, first, one moment she's considered a dude, now she's considered using steroids. Like, pick one, choose one, or stop complaining to begin with.
People, like, just want to bring down these athletes, and
because
unfortunately it happens to women so much. Like,
I don't see very many dudes getting slandered for it.
Yeah, like, transvestigation is a woman's issue, like, unfortunately. And another issue that we want to acknowledge, because of some recent events, is and sorry if this is sensitive, but sexual assaults. It's just way too common now. I don't like that it's so normalized, that it's so commonplace for us to hear about these cases, because it shouldn't be.
It shouldn't be something you can just say and not get any, like, shocking reaction.
Yeah, like, I feel like in this world, like, it's so cold now that, yes, people say, oh, I feel bad, or oh, I feel sorry, or some people even say, well, what was she wearing? What was she doing? What was her job? What was her age?
No one asks if
that's
he
not
drunk. Was he doing this?
Yeah.
Was he high?
Whatever the circumstance was, this is just not supposed to happen. Like, think about humans. Like, just think about them.
Humans' rights.
It should
Forget
not
men
be.
and women.
Yeah, just think about, like, a human as they're placed on Earth. Like, whatever your beliefs are, they're just on Earth. It shouldn't be at all considered right or accepted.
Dude, people think that like sexual assault makes you attractive. Like, dude, people think
what?
like if they, cause like from personal stories, no, I've never been sexually assaulted. But like, I know of instances where people I know who have unfortunately faced those same types of situations, even by people like their own ex-boyfriends, and it's like they tell my friends like, oh, like I was just trying to make a move, or like I just thought you'd want me to hit on you because like you weren't really speaking to me and stuff. Oh, I'm sorry, do you think that doing something without her being okay with it, you think that makes you attractive? And if anything, it made my friends leave these people. So
that is just crazy.
Like, use your brain for 2 seconds, and if you wanna get with a girl, go up to her and ask her for her number. She says no, thank you for your time, walk away. How hard is that? Like, I don't understand why people feel the need to escalate it to another level of severity. And I mean, I know a lot of like, especially with like my own psych research from it, there's lots of different deep-rooted problems with a lot of people who are like that. But okay, get help. Like, get help then.
I think, like, I just don't get how it's even possible. Like, that's a person. That's not just... It's not just someone that you're trying to hit. That's a person. Like, they have their own life.
Yeah.
They have their own humility. They have their own aspirations. It's just crazy to think that people even consider these things.
Like, I'm not saying, obviously, like, there's no way that it's not okay no matter the age, for sure. But what I cannot even wrap my head around is it happening to, like, children.
I know, like, I've seen this, there's lots of infographics and statistics that have been coming out, and before we get into those statistics, I want to take a moment to acknowledge something that's happened recently. It happened in India, and I'm so glad that the awareness of it has come to a global level now, but there was a trainee doctor, and I don't know if we're allowed to say what happened to her exactly, because it's obviously...
It's a very sensitive topic.
It's very... But I think... okay,
she's not with us anymore because of...
A man.
And the thing we just talked about.
Yeah, and I don't think a man should...
I'm pretty sure it was someone who either like volunteered at the hospital or something.
Yeah.
Like, you're at a place that's meant to help save lives and you take one.
And
like,
so we're not. I'm just out of respect. We're not going to mention her name, but obviously I think it's definitely important to talk about the fact that it's happened. This was a trainee doctor. She was young. She had big aspirations to, kind of get into the future. Like, she's a very smart person, and this happens, and it is just so disturbing that, like, obviously we don't, like, this was an isolated cases, and it wasn't public. Like, it didn't happen in front of a lot of people, obviously due to the sensitivity, but you just have to think about what could a human have done to deserve, like no one deserves, like, nobody deserves that.
That's why, like, and I know a lot of it also roots to where it happened, and it's a problem that many people globally, like leaders and advocates, like global advocates, do not address enough, that okay, there shouldn't need to be education on this type of stuff. But obviously, you know,
people are proving that there has to be.
People are proving that there needs to be, and like you know, there are some really stupid boys that don't understand that doing something without consent is wrong. Like in their minds, they think it's fine, and you know, like I'm not saying that's right, I'm not saying that's wrong. Like okay, well it is wrong, but like, but those are instances in which you need to be educated, right? Like but especially in a country like in India, where these types of topics are so taboo, right?
They're so like taboo.
Nobody talks about it.
And unfortunately, that's also a country where this happens
on
probably the most. The hourly. I don't have the exact, like I've heard of these statistics, but I don't exactly have the accurate ones in mind right now. These happen every 15 minutes, these kinds of cases, and that is like publicly known. You have to see the amount of cases that are reported in the newspapers and think about, this is what has come to light. And you think about how much isn't coming to light, how much people haven't reported. There haven't been fatalities, which means there are women that are living with this kind of trauma. Like,
that's why, like, when I go to India too, like, when I go to India too, regardless of the fact that it's where I'm from, it's where my family is, it's where I'm going, regardless of that, my parents, even, like, if I go to India as an adult, like, I'm never gonna go by myself. I'll always go either with a friend, a family, somebody, like, because I went last summer when I was 16, and I wasn't allowed to go anywhere by myself. Like,
and honestly, it's for the best.
It's for the best. Like,
yeah.
Obviously, don't get me wrong. Like, when it comes to, like, more civilized, populated places and stuff, like, where I had gone, because that's where my parents are from,
mm-hmm.
like, the stores and stuff, everyone is super, like, because the service industry in India is top notch. They really treat you super well. But then when you go to the villages and the more like torn down areas, which is like where other parts of my family were from, so I had to go visit as well. Like my mom would feel so tense, like she'd hold my hand while we walked everywhere, and like my dad would hold ours, because it's just like, not only are we foreigners, but like we're girls. I wasn't allowed to go anywhere myself.
And I think like as much as big cities they've definitely changed, this happened in a big city too. I think it's so important to realize that, like, this is a country where a lot of the cases have come to light, but it happens everywhere. It happens every day. And that's just like, I still, like, even now I still can't wrap my head around the fact that that's even possible for a human to do something like that, for a human to bear. I don't know, like, I don't know.
I can't wrap my head around it.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's something that I choose to definitely study more about in college with psych, because it's like, I mean, that's the reason why, like, oh, like, heads up, y'all, like, I'm really leaning towards the criminal law route.
Yeah.
But that's something that I've always been fascinated with. Is like, I wouldn't have the balls to be a defense lawyer. I could not do that. But with prosecution, I always think about, like, how can a person murder 10 people? How is that, like, how? Like, how? Just how? How? I don't understand how. Like, killing a bug makes me squeamish. Like, how are you able to kill a living human and it's just okay? And you can do it multiple times too. It's just something so strange to me. And like, going back to the Olympics, do you remember many years ago, there's an Olympic, I'm not sure if he was like an Olympic coach or if he was just like a coach for several of the Olympians. Larry, like, not sure exactly what his name was, but I'm pretty sure it was like Larry, like, Nassar or something like that. Let's see if I can find it, because I don't want to give false information, of course. But like,
but yeah, essentially there was a coach. Yeah.
There was a coach, and several women. He was like, I guess, the physical therapist kind of, and as well for all the gymnasts on the team and like other gymnasts too. And so like multiple of those girls were little. Then I'm pretty sure like some Olympians, I'm not entirely sure if Simone Biles was one of them. I think she may have been. But like, and there's another gymnast, she's retired now, but like she was in Rio with Simone and all, but it happened to all of them. And like I think he had essayed over 50 girls, like from a huge age range. And like it was a whole like court case, and it took a huge toll, especially on like I know this, I think there was this one like Asian gymnast who committed, you know, after this incident, because it drove her to want to die. And it's like, I think, because like I'm pretty sure Simone was involved. I'm not sure if it had happened to her or if it was just the people she had known, but I mean, no wonder it took such a toll on her mental health that made her have to like withdraw from Tokyo, right?
Mm-hmm.
But like I think going back to her just being admirable, I think it's so admirable that she's able to come back and compete again after taking all that time. But it's like,
it's just hard to wrap my mind around it. And the sad thing is there's no way to ever kind of get peace. And again, we're gonna address the grievances of like women, but if you just think about any situation that could be so normal to I will say a man will have no trouble falling asleep in the back of a taxi, whether it's broad daylight or night. A man will have no trouble walking down an alley. There is just no situation that they have to be paranoid about as much as we do. Like, women will never be able to sleep in a car, especially if they don't know the driver. But like, sometimes it's just like kind of like built
into the car.
No, exactly.
I have my Google Maps pulled up, making sure the car is going the right direction.
And your brain is going crazy. Should I send my ride to someone? Should I change the location, get dropped off somewhere else and walk? And then even if I walk, it's night and then I can't walk alone. Should I get off here and then ask my friend to meet me here? Should I... Oh, is he calling someone? Are they talking about me? Should I be, like, worried? It's just so tiring. Why do we have to think like that?
I've heard stories of, like, women, when they're, like, Ubering, like, back home or something, they never give the address of their home. It's either, like, someone else's house.
Yeah.
Or, like, they always do, like a location, like a convenience store or something. Yeah. And then if, like, the closest place to their house, like, a minute or so walk away, and so they get dropped off, they wait for the car to drive away, and then they go walk to their house. That way the drivers don't know where they live.
Yeah.
But it's like, that's so disappointing that we have to do that.
Yeah.
I carry pepper spray with me to the library and back, to Walmart and back. And fortunately,
because you never know what's going to happen. Like, that's the thing. Like, unfortunately, like you have to hear the stories. It's night. No, it's not. These things have, like, people have been essayed in broad daylight. What was she wearing? Babies have been essayed. Nuns have been essayed. It's not about what she was wearing, what time it was, what her profession was, what religion, where she's from. Was she making a move on you?
It takes a boy and a girl. That is super unfortunate to have to be in that situation.
And it's crazy. And I think this was probably a good time to take a break. Because this has been an overwhelming episode, and we definitely went off from a tangent in the Olympics, but our biggest goal today was to get you guys a little bit of like a news bite from the Olympics. Obviously, that's why we took this time, is to let the Olympics finish and all those affairs in order, but also bring light to the fact that this has happened to someone that should not have gone through this. And I think with that, we will close. Yeah. Sorry, guys.
It's a little heavy.
Yeah. But we will see you next time, and be sure to look at our Instagram because we'll definitely be more active on it this week with content.
Yes.
All right, bye.